What are we doing now?
Let's talk about some eyes getting poked. We haven't even shown the video yet. We've talked about it. I just feel as if we have to see it.
The acting performance of the year goes to LeBron James.
Y'all, I have so much respect for LeBron and like him as a player. Yes, he's the king.
This was just goofy.
But I could not.
Man, I was watching this. I was texting like 8 people about this at the same time, and the sentiment was all the same.
Bruh. That's what I said.
Does his leg hurt? Does his eye hurt? I'm not really sure.
Is his arm dislocated? Look how limp it is. He's holding his shoulder.
Wait, if you just popped in and you hadn't seen the play though, and you see LeBron on the ground like that, you're like,
what happened?
Okay, out for the playoffs? What?
The eye looked okay. I will say this: when they got the shot of the eye, it looked like he got poked in the eye, right?
Yes.
Like he got poked in the eye. He got like eye. You know, they had to review this, and I was hoping like this was not a flagrant. Like I was praying like please, no it wasn't. But when they were reviewing it and they were discussing about whether or not it was a flagrant foul or not, I was like, please do not do this.
There.
Don't go. Please don't go there. And they didn't. They got the right call. But the shot of him getting the eye drops and on the bench getting the eye drops and like, yeah. And we all knew like this is going to be the gif, the meme of the century. I will always use that. I'm going to have to use it. I could not stick up for LeBron. CJ McCollum was amazing on Twitter last night. So I was just happy because I was just like, I have so much respect for him and it's no knock to you. But in a way, I'm happy that shot happened too, because if that 3 didn't happen at the end of the game, y'all, we wouldn't have gotten a whole lot more. Because when it went in, I was on the phone with one of my friends, and I said, he gonna say, I couldn't even see. They hadn't even done the replay. I said, but LeBron is gonna say, I couldn't even see. And when they replay, when he looked at Steph, I couldn't even see. Like, if you're gonna be great, if you're gonna be cocky, I'm a big believer. You gotta humble yourself. Let us say it. You gotta let the public say it. You can't say it. You can't say it because then it comes off as like, oh, really?
No, you
my man was setting himself up where he could have said it either way. The shot goes in. Couldn't even see. Shot doesn't hit. I couldn't see. You just get to choose. You pick and choose which one you're going to go with. And for him, he gets to do it. Take a listen to LeBron's post-game interview talking about it all after the game.
We got to talk about that shot you hit with about a minute left. The 3, you didn't even look in rhythm there. What were you thinking as the ball left your hands?
I put in a lot of work in my game. After, Dray my finger to the eye, I was literally seeing three rims out there. So I just shot at the middle one, and I was able to, to the grace of the man above, I was able to knock it down.
When in doubt, go for the middle rim. What did it feel like when you were down there on the floor when you took that hard fall?
I've been there before. I've been poked in the eye before, on a rim collision like that. So just try to keep my composure. It's going to be pretty sore tonight. I know that for sure. But we have a few days until we know when we'll go to Phoenix. But it's a big-time win for us, and I definitely wasn't leaving the floor no matter if I had to, put a pirate patch on my eye. So I love this team, and I love to compete.
Do it, please. If he doesn't come out there with an eye patch on his eye in the next game, I'm disappointed.
If you have a distribution center, if you have a textile person, if you're not calling someone about getting some eye patches and putting like the number 23 on it, if you got the means, you better hurry up. Do a little pop-up shop right outside Staples Center and get your eye patches going. That is going to be what you guys need. We're going to have eye patch and a mask. You got to have both. Now you got to have both. That is going to be super, so exciting. I just love that he said, I've been poked in the eye before. I look, who says that? Also, at that moment, I had to have composure. Did you though? Was that composure?
I saw 3
That was
rims.
not composure.
Did you really see 3 rims?
Look, I'm not knocking. You could tell he got poked in the eye.
Yes.
Right? We could tell. I don't know if he saw 3. I don't know if he saw 3 rims and he just it
was a great
threw
quote.
it up.
He's a
right,
genius.
it was. I saw
He's a genius.
That would explain why he was so far back behind the 3-point line. He must have seen 3 3-point lines as well.
That's true.
In 3 different courts
That
with
is
3
true.
different rims. It couldn't have been in Memphis because they would be outside of FedEx Forum right now selling eye patches.
We
man.
would.
That we would all have eye patches.
Trust and believe, honey. I'm trying to call. Megan didn't show up for work today because she's sewing. Trying to make some money, getting these growl towels, cutting them up like. That's what I would have done. I was like, man, if I had the means, I would be doing it too. It is a great, it's a great opportunity.
Up and running.
That is what you guys need to be doing. But he called out Draymond for that poke about 3 times, and he talked about it after the game as well.
He did.
Talking about getting poked in the eye. But, you know, LeBron, it was a great shot. I'm not knocking the great shot, knocking the moment at all. It was legit. Anthony Davis joked and said, well, if LeBron makes shots like that, maybe he should get poked in the eye more often. Maybe we should always poke him in the eye, and that's the LeBron that we can have. But today, you know, anything that you turn on to your TV, Sports Center, whatever, Twitter, this is going to be what we talk about for a very, very long time. And I loved it. I will say I'm so happy that I stayed up to watch the game. I'm so happy that we had that. That was the best way. I was laughing so hard. That was the best way. The shot was great. The I can't see. I was like, this is how it was supposed to end. This is how it's supposed to end.
Twitter was on the next level, and I'm just scrolling all night.
Yes.
And again, no disrespect. Like, LeBron James is LeBron James.
Yes,
like,
but
that's why everyone's going to be talking about this all day.
But you were doing too much, my dude.
Provides everything, and especially after all the conversations surrounding the play-in tournament and his lack of love for the play-in tournament,
Yeah.
and then you get a game like last night that is a great game. He makes the game-winning shot. It's
Triple-double.
like the writer's room was working hard, and
Yeah.
they had a great script, and it played out perfectly.
22 points, 11 rebounds, 10 assists. Once again, you know, I hope LeBron wakes up and he watches it too. And at some point this week, if he can just be honest and say like, I might have
He's
been,
never like that.
I might have been doing a little too much there. We've all been there. It's like a kid. We've all done that. I think when he fell on the ground and like, you know, you get poked and then you feel the sting a little bit,
Megan,
and
if
then
you
you're
tap my
acting it
shoulder,
out.
I fall to the ground and I'm like, oh, it's
But then it hits you that you're
be
like,
honest.
it hits you, the pain goes away, and you're like, oh, but I'm already on the ground. I know the cameras are on me. And then I think he had to sell it a little bit more, bring out the eye patches. Bring out the eye drops. And then he kept going, and And I was like, at some point, usually as a child, you're like, all right, you gotta stop.
Also,
you gotta stop.
It was Draymond was the one that if it was somebody else, I think he would have gotten up and been fine. But because it's Draymond, who has a history of being a bit excessive and being dirty, we'll say, you sell it. You sell it and try and get Draymond out the game. That's how LeBron won a championship, was by baiting Draymond. Draymond takes the bait. LeBron sells it. Draymond is out of the Game 7 in that Warriors-Cavs series, right? So you got history doing that. It worked once. Sell it again. What's the worst that can happen? You're still going to shoot free throws. There's no penalty for rolling around in agony, making everybody think you got shot.
No, there should be. There should be.
CJ, does your wife do that? Like, if you, like, slap her on the butt, is she like, ow, it hurts? Because I do that all the time in public just to make Chris as uncomfortable as possible.
No, that does not happen. I'm not a big slapper.
You're not a butt slapper? Shocks me. I don't mean that in an inappropriate way.
He's already been in trouble this week. Do not get him in trouble again, Jessica.
What do you mean? She's not watching. I hope. Yeah, I caress and squeeze. Like, I don't be slapping, because the pop draws attention to yourself. You got to walk up real sneaky and just,
oh gosh.
And then call it a
Oh,
day.
that's even worse.
Yeah.
That's way worse.
Get a handful.
Oh man, there was a lot of acting going on last night. The Wesley Matthews was an act too. That was not a legal screen. You got to act some things out. You got to do it.
I thought Jonas Valanciunas was going to be actor of the night. Everyone loved that.
I love when JV does that.
If Jonas Valanciunas falls in the woods and no one's there to hear him, does it even make a sound?
Yeah, it absolutely makes a sound. That's a big man falling down. You see this mountain of a man. NBA is great. You see these mountain of men. I couldn't move Jonas with all of my might, and all of a sudden, in the middle of a game, somebody brushes past him. It's like, oh, down I go. Draymond Green on that screen.
It was Gorgie.
It's Gorgie. And also, it's Gorgie. Gorgie Jang is not moving Jonas on his best day. In the game, no. Gorgie touches you, you got to fall down to make the rest make the call.
His face and his hair flow at the same time. It's like, it was beautiful.
Oh goodness, you did cut some sound from the after the Lakers Warriors
Yeah, it's pretty
game.
lame. We can listen to it if we want.
Let's see what. I know. Let's see.
I know.
Take a
Just being
listen.
honest.
Take a listen to what they said after the game, though.
They was ready to fight, and we tried to ease into the game a little bit. It's been a while since we've been in postseason. It's been a while since we had one of those type of, those energy, effort, every possession count games. And, I feel like they've been playing, kind of playoff basketball for quite a while. So we had to catch up to that. But once we made the adjustment in the second half, we was able to take the fight to them and make a game out of it.
He made a great shot, obviously, at the end. And, we've played against him so many times over the years. We know how good LeBron is. We know what he's capable of. So he came through for them. I've just loved our guys' effort the whole game. Draymond was amazing tonight guarding Davis, and I thought Wiggs did a great job on LeBron. Our guys really, really just battled and competed, and couldn't be more proud of the team for what they've become over the last couple of months. But this is a bitter pill to swallow. This was our game, and we couldn't get it done.
Well, they couldn't get it done, so they take on the Grizzlies on Friday. Meanwhile, for the Lakers, they got the Phoenix Suns. That is going to be a fun series to watch. LeBron taking on Chris Paul and Devin Booker. That is all set as we wait to see who the Utah Jazz will take on. It'll be the Grizzlies or the Golden State Warriors. The NBA action continues. If you don't like the play-in tournament, I don't know.
I don't like you.
I know at this point, this is just fun. This is exciting. The Western Conference. Now, Eastern Conference, that continues tonight. We'll see if it's more exciting than it was the other night. But this is so much fun. And we're going to continue the fun because coming up after the break, it's Thursday, and Devin Walker is in the building. He has a cookie, did not bring me any food, but that's what Devin does best. All right, we'll be right back.